Hello everyone, how are you? It is Sharon here, coming to you live from both my I Restore Stuff page and Essential Stencil. We're here to do another craft DIY. I was away last week, I've missed you all. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Would love to hear from you. If you're following on my page, welcome. But the prizes giveaway is usually over on the Essential Stencil page. So make sure it says Essential Stencil where you're watching. If you are on the Essential Stencil page, I'll be watching you down here on my laptop. So let me know where you're coming from today. Hi Brenda, how are you? And I'll just see if I can grab that live so I can see the comments coming through. Brenda's here, Dominica's here, Kimberly's here, Barb's here. Hello, how are you? And on my page, we've got Mary, Lois, hello, Christina. So yeah, if you are on my page, you can watch on the Essential Stencil page for a chance to win prizes. We're going to be doing a couple of Christmas signs because guess what, guys? Oops, I just whacked my little microphone there. It is the last few hours of the Stencil of the Month Club for October, which is Christmas themed. So you can all oh, Mary, you have a headache. That's a shame. I'm so sorry. I hope you rest, get better. Yes, so it's Christmas themed because that is coming up so quickly, you guys. I feel like as soon as June, July hit, it feels like straight ahead into the end of the year. But yeah, so although it's, maybe early for some to shop for Christmas, it's not early for crafters to craft for Christmas, because if you're making projects for loved ones for Christmas gifts or anything like that for end of year, or if you're especially doing markets, you'll be wanting to do some crafts. So while we're just all jumping in here and saying hello Cassie, hi Barb, hi Casey, Cheryl's here. Great weather, that's awesome. It's great weather here in Queensland, Australia too. I'm using some plywood boards and I didn't bring my measuring tape with me today, but they're around about I'm thinking centimetres. And I have to convert everything. I have to convert my time because I'm in Australia, if you didn't notice by my accent. Time, measurements. Okay, so it's around about, it's less than 12 inches, that's for sure. Maybe it's 11 by about, 5 or 6 maybe. So I'm going to start just by painting the background of this board that I have, and I'm missing a paintbrush, so that won't be helpful. I could create a stain. I'm just going to create a stain using Midnight Blue on this because I've painted one of the boards white. I'm going to use that for my background. I'll show you the stencils we're using in a minute, and I'll use a stain on this one. I just kind of pick any side of the board that might be good. Maybe this one might be better. It has sort of more of a gradient. This one's got sort of more of blotchy look. So let's go with the gradient look and create a stain. So to do that, I do have a wet cloth right here. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'll just get a bit of Fusion's Midnight Blue. If you do not have a Fusion retailer near you, you can use my affiliate link. Actually, I might get my husband, my handy husband, to grab me a paintbrush because I would rather just have a nice blue background from in there, just a flat Klingon brush on the bench beside the keyboard, possibly somewhere on the left-hand side. All right, so while he gets me a paintbrush so that I can do what I was going to do, I might do the second coat of white on here because as you can see, you can sort of see through. White is a colour that no matter what brand of paint you use, you do need several coats to get a nice solid colour on that board. So I only brought one brush with me to the table, so you're bringing all of the options. That's fine. Let's just go with this one. Thank you. You brought me the whole entire brush collection. So I did bring just one brush to the table. I've got a brush here that I've used for the white already, and I had it in a plastic bag so that it didn't dry out. Hi Patsy, how are you? I'm just going to sit down, guys. Let me let you know that it is the last few hours that you can tell a friend, share the live if you can, sprinkle the love out there in Facebook land. Let a friend know. If you are in the Stencil of the Month Club, you'll know what great value it is. You get sent to you a set of three like size 12 by 18. Here it is for this month. This is just one of them. So you get 3 of these sent to you every month. And plus there's an optional add-on, which I will show you as well. And there's a small version of just certain elements of the stencil. So if you do use my code, which is I Restore Stuff, and I've got that link, I've got that code written in the description of my live if you're following me on my I Restore Stuff page. But Essential Stencil has pinned the comment right there so that you can see where you can join the Stencil of the Month Club. So now I'm doing a second coat on this board that we're going to be using today. I'm just so excited that we're doing Christmas things. I love Christmas, my favorite time of year. And so I love that we can get in early with all the crafty. I should have Christmas music playing, guys, shouldn't we? Gaydeen is asking what the club price is. And if you just click on that join the club in that pinned comment that Essential Stencil has there, it has all of the different options. So it's hard to say what the price is right now because there's different options. If you want to subscribe for 3 months, it's one price. 1 month, it's another price. You know, like monthly, 3 monthly, 6 monthly, yearly, I think is the options. I can't remember. There's also a premium plan and a basic plan. And you can read all about that in the stencilofthemonthclub.com, where the link is right there that you can join. So there's still a few hours left, but please use my code IRestoreStuff and you get the first month free on the basic plan, and then you get 50% off the first month on the premium plan. So that's great value. And I will show you as soon as I finish painting my boards, because during our drying time, I'll show you the stencils. So there's the first board, painted white. You can kind of see it down there, but let's set that aside. And we're going to paint the other one dark blue. So we'll do some Christmas designs, one with a really light background and one with a really dark background, so you'll be able to see those. Let's see, just checking in the comments every now and then to see how we're going. Yes, Tracy, I had a great vacation time. So we went skiing. Well, I say we, I mean the rest of the family went skiing. I kind of was the video mum and just sat on the sidelines taking all the videos and the photos of the troops doing their stuff. But it was a lot of fun. So it really doesn't snow very many places in Australia because it's quite a hot continent. And where's my brush that my husband brought in for me? Here we go. So we went down south. Yes, we travel south for snow because we're on the other side of the equator than my US friends over there. So we went south to Victorian snowfields. Mount Hotham is where we went. So if you're in Australia and you're watching on my page, we went to Mount Hotham. It was very fun. We stayed at a place called Dinner Plain. Highly recommend it. It was recommended to me by a friend and it was great value. Just a really quaint, nice little village type place and had everything we needed. But listen guys, we caught the very end of the snow season. So it was a bit of a blessing because there was hardly any snow on the slopes this season. That was the word on the street. And then two to 3 days before we left, they had a great snowfall. Well, enough for us to ski for a few days. So the boys and Marty did snowboarding and the girls skied. And so the girls did 2 days, the boys did 3 days. And you know what? As we were driving out of town on that 4th day, we noticed there was no one on the slopes. You know what happened? They'd closed the slopes because of the lack of snow. So we literally just made it to the end of the ski season. So we're very excited about that. So if you notice right now, I am painting the very edges of my board because you want to get those edges, especially if you're not going to have a frame around it. And I always make sure I get off those little bits that will want to dribble down the back side of your board because then that sticks to your surface that you're painting on. Just doing those top edges around the edges of the board, and then because you can hold it with both hands. So it's better to do the edges first if you're doing this is plywood, a plywood board like this. And then you can go ahead and do all of the front facing area. So let me just pop you down here so we can see a little better. There's my code here, I Restore Stuff. If you want to join the Stencil of the Month Club, that's the one we'll be working on today. But also, if you use that same code for the regular essentialstencil.com site, you can get 10% off anything on the site. And I wanted to mention that on the regular essentialstencil.com site, they do have some new transfers lately that are on there. I don't know if you've seen those, the rub-on transfers. I was hoping that I could use the winter one today, but I couldn't really quite figure out how to use it. Let me just show you those real quick. These, you get 10% off using my code I Restore Stuff at essentialstencil.com. Just wanted to pop these up real quick and show you. So there's gorgeous wintertime elements. It's got a beautiful, I'm guessing that is mistletoe in the middle there. And then the sweet silky chickens. So if you missed out seeing that and you hadn't seen those yet, just pop that in for a little quick hello, because yeah, use my code I Restore Stuff, 10% off those on essentialstencil.com. That was just a little quick mention because I saw them and I can't wait to use them on some of my projects. We'll see. We could even use it on something here today. But let's just go over this. This is Midnight Blue by Fusion Mineral Paint. Let me know if you do need my affiliate link for the Fusion Mineral Paint. I'm happy to give that to you. It's no extra cost to you. They ship it straight to your door from Canada into the US, and it's a beautiful furniture paint. I'm a furniture painter from Australia, and it's my first passion that I started my business with. My business called I Restore Stuff, mainly furniture. So then I retail a furniture paint brand. It's Fusion Mineral Paint, comes from Canada. So if you don't have a local retailer near you, they do ship it to you. You can use my affiliate link, and I get a small commission if you use my link, so at no extra cost to you. All right, so we now have, I'll show you this Fusion paint, the Midnight Blue especially, has really good coverage, and I'm happy to just go ahead and use that with just one coat, because the Midnight Blue has great coverage. Usually on a piece of furniture I probably would do 2 coats, just because I love to have that good solid look. But I can tell on this board it's going to be plenty for my sign today, except for this one little spot that I missed. It was like a little crack of the plywood. That's why I usually do 2 coats. There's just those little cracks in the wood that showed through. All right, so setting that aside, let me go ahead and show you the Stencil of the Month Club set. Now, if you've seen some of the other ambassadors, they may have shown that this week. It comes in a pack of 3, all right? So here are the 3. Setting this aside, hoping I don't get any blue on the white. Dramas. Okay. Oh my goodness, Janet, she's gone to take some pictures of 7 deer walking through the property. Oh, that'd be so beautiful. We don't see anything like that over here. Stencil of the Month Club set. We've got all great ideas on the back of each set. This is October's, and so that will ship next month. But we are showing you now so that you get a chance to join, and you can have an option to select the add-on. I'll show this black background so that it'll show them a bit better. So there's this gorgeous angel plus 2 little angels. You'll see that all together in the whole set, there's about 5 different ones of these smaller angels. Very, very sweet. They'd be great for little key tags, those wooden tags that you use for your tiered tray decor. It's got Hark the Herald Angels Sing down the bottom, so you can use these angels separately or together with this one, however you like, on a stencil or on a signboard. The second one we've got here is this gorgeous Christmas tree shaped scripture verse from Luke 2:11. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Saviour, which is Christ the Lord. And you've got, again, 2, whoops, there's the star, 2 of these little angels here, and they're all different. Each of the 5 angels is different. I think I counted 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, Oh, the fifth one is down here hiding. That one's just a solid angel down there. Okay, there's a snowflake here, so you can use snowflake. It's very versatile. There's just so many things you could do with it. See how the Christmas tree is kind of pushed to one side? Well, if you were doing a board, you would center that to your board. But they just didn't want to waste the space, so let's add some more angels here so that you can do so many different things with them. It is such fun. All right, yes, the little angels are so cute. Brenda, thank you so much for sprinkling our live. Kathy, thank you for sprinkling the live. That's awesome. Now this sheet has two different designs on it. We've got the Oh Holy Night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Saviour's birth. I'll be using that one today on one of my signboards. And then this gorgeous dove with the beautiful patterns inside it, Peace on Earth. So that is the premium plan. Okay, so everyone, there is a basic plan and then there is a premium plan. So the premium plan, if you use my code, you get 50% off for the month, and the basic plan, you get a free month. The basic plan is right here. So this comes with a set of 3. Again, these are mini, so you can see the difference in size. Premium plan, basic plan. So the basic plan has these 3. We've got the dove, again with Peace on Earth. Try and show you that so you can see it fully. We've got the angel with the trumpet. So you can see not all of the elements are in the basic plan, but it just gives you another option if you are just watching the budget and you wanted to just still have some great stencils each month. There's a bit of a budget plan on the basic plan. So there's that little Christmas tree again, and you do have a little star in the top there that you can use. So that's the basic plan. Now with the premium plan, you also have an optional add-on, and here that is, and I want to use this one today. The add-on today is all these gorgeous angels, and look at the tiny stars that you could use for all sorts of things as well. They're a little bit of different shapes. They're not solid stars, but they are outline stars. So see, they've got the little outline there. So the angels and stars, that is the add-on. So each month you get an option to use the add-on, to add the add-on into your plan. And all of the costs and everything, all of the details is right there at the link that Essential Stencil has posted there for for both the basic and the premium plans. So if you have any questions, please pop them in the comments, because we're only too happy to answer your questions. Either Essential Stencil will answer or I will. What size are the angels on the add-on? The actual angels themselves. I wish I'd brought my ruler. Let me see if I can find one handy. Nope, it's not gonna happen, guys. I'm sorry. If anyone knows the answer to that, please help and pop that in. Kathy says, I can see using the small set for tea towels. Beautiful. I love that idea, Kathy. Yes. Sonia says, I believe 6 by 8. Are you talking about the size of these? Oh, I don't know. They're not that. They're just kind of this big. This big. They're a size of, let's see. Hey guys, we can do measurements. They're the size just a little bigger than my pointer finger. Okay, with the blue paint on it. There's a good measurement for you. We don't have to speak in inches. We don't have to be in centimeters. We can speak a universal pointer finger language. It's about the size of my pointer finger. All right, let's move on with our first design. While the blue one is drying, I'm going to start with our white painted one. And I am going to use that add-on for this. Oh, I bought my Totally Dazzled Ultimate Rhinestone Applicator Kit because I saw that these are back in stock. I do have an affiliate link for that, which I've put on the... you can get these in Australia too, guys. So I have an affiliate link for that. I noticed they're back in stock. I was thinking of adding some Dazzle. We'll see how far we get today with our projects. So that's pretty dry there. Might just hit it with the hairdryer handy here, just in case. Kimberly says, I know the add-on angels fit on a 5-inch round. Oh, the tiny little rounds, 5-inch round. Oh, yeah, they would. They are 6 by 8. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So we've got our painted white board here. And I've got my add-on featuring the angels. Now obviously this isn't going to fit all the angels on it. What I also, here's my idea. is to add from the premium plan the words "Hark the Herald Angels Sing" are right down the bottom of this, and I wanted to add the words over the top of angels as a background. So to create the angels as a background, I want these words to stand out. So I'm going to use a contrasting dark colour to put "Hark the Herald Angels Sing" on there. I could do the midnight blue, or I could do a black. So they are going to stand out because we're not going to then create the angels in a dark colour. We want them sort of in a light colour. So I've chosen, I've chosen gold. I was going to do pearl. Usually if I'm doing gold, I like them to stand out with a bit of a yellow undercoat. So let's just do that first. So we could do this in one of two ways. I can see that 3 angels fit nicely on there. I could tape off this little part of that angel here, and just to make sure I don't get that. And you could nicely fit 3 angels on here. Or I could do the 3 center angels. They fit nicely also. Oops, they do, I promise, just. Or you could do these 3, like so. So we've got a few different options. Or you could just, you know, put the whole thing centered and even add these little bits of angels so it looks like we've got little parts of angels coming off, sort of like you would for a pattern and a background. You make it go off the edge. We've got little stars that we can play around with today on that. Yeah, you can make it go any way you like. So I had a thought. I will probably do the center ones. I do like this one that's kind of got its hands folded like this as well. Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Well, these ones look like they're singing. So let's just put them as the background. You could also add little features in here. We're going to have our words coming right across the center, so the words may go across that angel, or we could make them go a little higher. But let's just start with that. And I won't need to tape those ones off. I'll just be careful not to actually stencil on them. So let's just see if we need to point the camera down a little bit further so that you can see a little bit more, you know, straight down. I am cross-posting this from my I Restore Stuff page and over on my the Essential Stencil page also. So you may be watching in either of those places. But stay tuned on the Essential Stencil page for giveaway at the end. Thank you guys for being so helpful. Now, as I said before, last few hours we've got on the Stencil of the Month Club set, which is what we're featuring today. So Essential Stencil also has these brushes. Now I can give you a link to that for the brushes, but use my code IRestoreStuff. You'll find these ones on essentialstencil.com. But the stencil set is on stencilofthemonthclub.com. 2 different places you'll be looking for today. Okay, getting my cardboard, because I just use packaging inserts to offload my stencil brushes, and we need to do that today. I'm going to use this large one, this 7/8 inch brush, and just dipping the ends of that into the yellow paint. I've got quite a bit on my brush and it's way too much. See how I've just blobbed all that on the end? So what is a very important part of stenciling is to offload your brush onto a piece of cardboard. It sort of works it into the ends of the bristles to get an even coverage there. But it also removes most of the paint so that we don't get fuzzy edges and bleeding underneath the stencils. All right, so I'm just making sure this angel wings are just all in the right place. You can, of course, do an angel here, then shift the stencil, do one here, then shift the stencil. You could do that also, so that's also an option. You could just have so many options with these angels, honestly. All right, so I'm going to do a nice swirling motion here with this yellow, remembering that the yellow is just going to be an undercoat for the gold that I want to put on the top. Just using a gold paint to put on the top. So this is the yellow, and it sort of gives a bit of depth to that gold once we get that on. Just another little touch here. Hello everyone. Oh, hey, welcome to the club, Cassie. So Cassie's just joined the Stencil of the Month club, and so she will get these in October. I think they ship, oh now I can't remember when they ship, but they have certain dates. It's all on the stencilofthemonthclub.com website when the shipping times are for each club. But as ambassadors, we feature this next month's stencil so that you get to know, what it is. You can sometimes in the premium plan, you may want to skip, or they've got options to do that, but not with the basic plan. But they're such great value. Every month, the designs are just so versatile. I feel like I'm making a lot of noise here. Just doing a little bit of pouncing, a little bit of swirling. We've created a bit of a background for our gold. So I'm just using a gold metallic from an Australian brand, which is Artisan Paint. But Fusion Mineral Paint does also have a gold, so you're welcome to use that one as well. Now notice I haven't done the little stars here. I probably could do the stars also, but I think, yeah, let's just do some. And you can add some more stars to this because I feel like it needs some more. There's only one in that little section. See, we can shift it over and create some more stars. There's our gold angels. Let me just move this so we can do another star about here. There's hardly any paint on this brush anymore, but like I said, I'm only using it as a background. I think that's all we'll do for now. Got a little brush hair. Okay, so putting that back in exactly the same place that I had it. This is kind of the idea. I'm going to pop this brush in a plastic bag so it doesn't dry out in case I need to use it for something else. I will use a different brush for the gold. And it's a gorgeous metallic. Using a 3/4 inch brush for this one. And again, same thing, we've got the paint on the brush, just wiping off the edges. And then we'll offload it onto our cardboard. This is the one I started with, just making sure that it's fully dried. And now we can see that that yellow has really helped create the background for the gold. And the gold is sometimes the metallic paints, because they have mica pigments, they can be quite translucent if I was just to put this on the white background. But then if you did that, it might just be even more subtle, so that's still a good effect as well. Hello Connie, thank you for saying hello. Yeah, Susan, I love this gold too. It's a nice bright yellow gold, so I like that. Getting these couple of stars that are right here. To remember to go over those other stars that were in the picture. Okay, so that one, we've got it. This one, with this gold, I may need to go over for a couple of coats. Oh, here again, it's a little brush or some kind of bristle. I don't believe it's a stencil bristle. Maybe it's something else, because, these are long. That was a tiny weeny hair. Something else that must be, maybe it's on my piece of cardboard. The name of this gold paint, it's Artisan's Alchemy Gold, and that's one that I stock here in Australia, so it's not actually available in the US, but if you're on my page, and you can also, if you're in the USA, use my affiliate link for Fusion Mineral Paint and you can get their gold. I just didn't have any on hand at the moment. There are some great metallics out there. You are welcome to buy it from my store at irestorestuff.com, but Shipping may be quite expensive from Australia. Yes, Rhonda, you've got the gold from Fusion. Yeah, it is nice if you haven't used it yet. Oh, now that one. I'm sort of coming in from the edges on this gold because I've added a little bit extra to my brush, so I don't want to get that underneath those edges. Just being careful not to do that. Bright gold angels, and we're going to be adding, so if you've just joined us now, we are doing Essential Stencils Stencil of the Month Club set for the month of October. Let's find those little gold stars that I had. I've got some little bit of bleeding edges right here, and that's because I did have too much gold paint on my brush. Got a little bit excited, a little bit carried away. I'm hesitant to put this down again if that is still, it's still got a little bit wet. I'll show you that close up so you can see what not to do. If you do get a little bit too much on the brush, it just means that the angel's sort of joining together up the top there. I don't know if you can see. See those darker lines? That's actually excess paint that's kind of bled underneath. So the metallics can be a little bit runny, but you can see probably see the shine in the gold when I turn it towards the light. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Makes it a beautiful, beautiful image. Let's just dry that off. This is a beautiful set. Yeah, some people are saying they love this set. It is gorgeous. I love the scripture verses on it. I love that it's Christmas. Anyone else love Christmas? All right, so I'm going to try this star here. I'm going to put it in exactly the right place. This is one of the extra stars, and I've got gold still on my brush. I think I just added that one extra. Maybe I'll add another couple down here that are just a little bit of gold without the yellow in the background. Yeah, see, that didn't make much of a difference. You can just add it anywhere. Add a bit of gold. Another little star here or there would be great. There we go. Concentrating in thought. Okay, let's let those angels dry off, and then we'll add the Hark the Herald at the bottom of those. Just pop that over there. And I have another board here, remember, that I did earlier. So those are done in the gold, and that'll be our background, those angels. This one looks like it needs a little touch more gold right here, without putting the stencil back on, because I can kind of see, yeah, just in that little space, just needed an extra little bit of gold. Pop this down here to dry. I'm going to take our blue board. So this is like a really dark navy blue. It's called Midnight Blue from Fusion Mineral Paint. That's dried nicely, ready for our next project. So that will be, pop the brush in the plastic bag. So this, I'm going to put Hark the Herald Angels Sing on the bottom of that one. But what we're going to do with this, and I showed these all earlier, this is from the premium plan. So we've got a nice dark background. It's going to go with this one here. So it's perfect size for this. So these stencils are, oh, they're 12 by 16, aren't they? Aren't they, everybody? Yeah, 16 by 12 is the size of the plastic, the mylar. So if this is 12 inches here, so the stencil would fit on a 12-inch board perfectly. My board is just shy of that. It's probably 11 inches, this board. And then width-wise, it's sort of half of 16, so it's probably around about 8. Yep, perfect size for that. Okay, so we're going to center this design right there. I want to use white for my words. So it's going to sit perfectly right here. And then I'm thinking of using some gold and other colours. And I might add a star up here as well. So let's get my white paint out again. And we'll use a smaller brush this time. This is our 5/8 inch brush. Excuse me while I grab a glass of water. Okay. I'm offloading cardboard again. See, I normally would use painter's tape if the board was extending out past the stencil, but in this case my stencil overlaps the board, so I just have to be careful to hold it really firmly so that it doesn't go anywhere, and we'll be fine. Okay, so I'm using Picket Fence, which is Fusion Mineral Paint's brightest white. Again, I have an affiliate link for Fusion Mineral Paint. I'm a retailer for it here in Australia, but I can't ship to the USA, so if you are from the US, you can get that from my affiliate link, which I can post in the comments. If you would like that, let me know. Okay, starting with the words up here. I've got as much as I could off the brush, so now we just have to do a little swirling motion. And that's not quite enough on our brush, so I'm just going to add a bit more. And try again. But it's better to do, a couple of coats of thin paint rather than have too much on your brush and then risk it bleeding under the stencil, which it's almost about to do. So we don't want that. Holding it really firmly again. This time I'm going to come in. And just going nice and slowly over those words, making sure we've got everything covered so that we can have nice crisp lines and not have any bleeding under. I'm going to have a look at this because to me, looking down on top, this has a bit of a grain in it, this wood, and even though I've painted the surface, the paint settles into that grain and it can look like a bit of a rough surface. But when I lift it up, I see that it's coming on fairly crisp and evenly. So we're just going to continue like that. Yes, you would like the gold on the blue also. I think that would look lovely. And I'm thinking of doing the baby in the manger with the gold. I think I have just enough on my brush in the start and then it sort of runs out. But I'd rather have the right amount on than too much because we don't want to risk the bleeding underneath. So we just offload as much as we need. Now, if you are new to stenciling, let us know in the comments. Brand new to stenciling. We'd love to hear from you. If you've never stenciled before, I hope you are getting some good tips out of these videos. We are live every weekday on the Essential Stencil page. Nice and firmly, but yep, just as we run out. So it gets me probably a line of words and then I start to run out. But don't be tempted to add too much paint on your brush. We don't want to do that. And when I get to the bottom, even if you do want to use gold or yellow on that manger, which I'm going to do, I want to probably put a white background because that can help to add a bit of depth to that area. Sally says, I can't wait to get this stencil. Yes. So Stencil of the Month Club, we have a few hours left in which you can join in order to get this set. Less is best. Who said that? Yes, exactly. In this case, yes. Now I've got a lot of area to cover here, so I can just go all out with that center bit and then kind of move towards the edges in that circular motion. Looking a little blotchy, but we can always fill that out with our second coat. And remember, I'm probably going to go over this with the yellow, or maybe I'll just go straight over it with the gold. I might do that. You could do some colour on the Mary and Joseph if you wanted to, but I just like the stark contrast of the white against the midnight blue. I want to put a star because it does mention the star brightly shining. So I'm going to grab a star from one of the other pieces, one of the other sets here. So remember, with the Stencil of the Month Club, you've got the basic plan and then you've got the premium plan that includes everything. The basic plan has certain elements from this premium plan, and it is a smaller version of some of those too. So yeah, the Fusion Mineral Paint is also quite thick, like chalk paint, sort of a furniture paint. So it is made a little bit thicker than most craft paints. I do find it, like the name suggests, it fuses, and so that's especially good for me when I'm painting furniture, because you don't want that to start chipping and flaking. Alright, let's have a look. Sort of looks a little rough, but that's okay. We like a bit of rustic. Might just go over this top one little line here that looks like it's just had a little bit less paint on it than the others. But I like how it's looking. As I said before, you can kind of see the grain in the wood, but that's okay. We can always go over it if we need to add some more. So there that is the Stencil of the Month Club. That's one of the designs on there. So see how you can still see a little bit of, like it's not totally solid and sharp, but I like that look, and it's still, you can see what the words say, and it's definitely no bleeding lines there. So see, you can sort of see it more on there. You can sort of see it's not fully solid coverage. You can see little bits of, almost like a rustic look, like I've sanded it, but I haven't. Okay, so let's find that gold brush and we'll see how that goes over this manger and baby Jesus. So we'll pop that back down on here, and then we'll finish our angel sign over here by adding the Hark the Herald Angels Sing. We could do all of the Mary and Joseph as well, but I like that Jesus will stand out. I was going to add a star up here somewhere too, so I might do that with the white and then the gold over the top also. Should have done that earlier. So I'm just, again, with this metallic paint, offloading it a bit here. I'm going to add that to the manger. Nice round swirly motion. Yeah, it's probably less gold than the angel. So I can show you the difference then when you're using a gold metallic over a white paint versus using the gold over the yellow. So the yellow will actually add a lot more depth to it. I feel like okay, here's another tip for you. If you're doing a second coat, make sure the first coat is fully dried. I feel like it's just starting to remove the first coat. Sometimes that'll happen if the first coat is painted over the top of another paint, which is, you know, the blue. So we've done blue, then we've done white. But when you start to go over with your next coat of the stencil, see how it's sort of just removing, there's a little patch down, right down here on that manger that looks like that underneath layer is being removed. So we'll let that dry a little bit more and then I can go over it again. But see, I'll show you the difference then between the gold over the top of white, and then this is, you can see that it's really stark, isn't it? That's the gold over the top of yellow, so much more gold. So I like this yellow gold. I like the gold over the white. I think that's really nice. So I'll let that dry a minute, but we're going to look for a star. Let's look for a star somewhere here. I saw one. I know it. It's probably, yes, on this Christmas tree one. Now let's see, have we got a star on here also? We've got a star on the basic plan, so depending on what you get, you probably, yeah, if some people have gotten both, so you can do that. Let's see if this large one, it'll still fit up there. Let's just do that. We'll do a great big bright star up here in the corner. I think that's a good spot for it. Does everyone agree? Oh yes, Brenda, the Totally Dazzled star. That's what I was going to do, and then I don't have any actual Totally Dazzled stars, so what I thought was, I'll do the star stencil and then I'll add the bling, the rhinestone bling on there afterwards. So I will do the white background again because I think that worked nicely. So just, oops, nope, there's no white paint on that brush. Just thought there might be, was hoping. Just need a tiny bit, really little bit. Holding it still, coming in from the edges of the tips of the star. And then I can just go ahead and do that center bit. Beautiful. Lift that up, we can see how that's going. Little flecks of white everywhere, flicking around. So there's the beautiful star at the top. I love that. I love how that looks. So then when we add that gold, it's going to pop out and stand out among the white here. But we do want to make sure that's completely dry first. So just going to hit that with the hairdryer. I'll leave my gold right here. And we'll get that down here as well. Make sure it's completely dry. And then I'll go over the manger with the gold also. So it is the last day to join the Stencil of the Month Club if you want any of these designs. Last day to join, and the last hours, literally. If you go to the stencilofthemonthclub.com, make sure you do use my code IRestoreStuff to get your percentages off. You really do have a big savings when you use that code of the first month of your plan. But you'll need to do that within the next couple of hours because this set will not be available after that. You'll need to join then. I need 2 stars since it says stars in the song. Oh, I know, but I feel like, you know, there was only 1 star that led them to the manger in Bethlehem. So I kind of feel like I just can use 1. All right, I'm going to go over this star now and over the manger again with that gold, because I want it to really stand out. And you can do this in a few different coats if you feel like, you know, you still need to more solid coverage, because metallics can be quite translucent. You can see you might need more. Just do another coat, but make sure it's all. Oh, there you go. Essential Stencil says if you're on the premium plan, you'll receive an email on the 14th of each month. And I think that email gives you the option to whether you want to keep the add-on or not. The add-on has the angels, all the angels. Makes a beautiful background. You can create wrapping papers with those backgrounds. The add-ons are always really great value and always usually coordinate with the rest. Oh, that's a beautiful bright star. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'll show you up close because it really does sparkle with that extra gold. Look at that shimmer. It's always hard to get a shimmer on video, hey? Never mind. Okay, making sure that's not going to move. Now, the reason I'm going over this gold manger again is because I had that little patch where it was kind of wearing off. I feel like I may need to go over the Mary and Joseph a little bit. Might do that after. we're almost finished, folks, and we're going to pick some winners, some prize winners, so don't go anywhere. If you're watching the replay, don't forget to comment the word replay at the end of our live, and in the next 24 hours you can still get a chance of winning prizes. I do love that touch of gold too, Donna, thank you. Okay, here we go, back over this, and hopefully we'll cover up that little gap that was there. If not, I will just go back over it again and again until it's covered. But I do like the white underneath the gold. So that's a tip for all of your metallics, whether you've got copper. Usually if it's copper, you want something like, I don't know, a dark orange, a brown, or a red even can go under copper to give that a solid background in order for the copper to stand out nicely. So in this one I did yellow for the gold, but you can do white. Then you might have silver. Silver, you might want to use a grey, so you could use a grey colour underneath, and then that would make that really stand out. So I will go over that one. Now, oh guys, we were going to finish off this one. I'm going to use black to go over there, the words. Oh, I haven't used the black yet. Or should I do midnight blue? Let's just do a nice solid black. And I will, where is it? Hark the Herald Angels Sing. It's this gorgeous, great angel here. I love the paisley design on that. So we're going to use this Hark the Herald Angels Sing and make it go straight across the angels there, but I will move it slightly higher so that we don't put it over the top of this angel's head. And I also might, now that I've centered it, that's probably exactly where I want it, I want to use some painter's tape for this one because the H here goes really close to the angel's gown. I don't want to accidentally get that in my picture. Right, so that's stenciled off, and then I'll just pop a little bit of tape down here to hold it still. So using my smallest brush, the 1/2 inch, remember you can get the brushes, I believe they're in stock at essentialstencil.com. Use my code I restore stuff, get 10% off. Oops. Oh dear, we've got lots of, when the tub gets down to the last dregs, it can be a little bit messy. Okay, so holding this still, and we've offloaded most of the black onto this little piece of cardboard here. So the angels are just in the background. And that's given some good coverage, just enough there, but I do need a bit more. So this time I'm going to grab this blob of paint and put the whole thing down there. The next time I need to grab paint, I can just grab from that blob. Hark thee. See if we can get Herald in. You start to see your brush running out of paint. That's when you can just go and get some more, but don't be tempted to do it too soon because we don't want all the paint underneath the stencil. We want it nice crisp lines, no fuzzy edges. And like I always say, it's better to have 2 coats, do a second coat, rather than have too much paint on your brush thinking I'm just going to get it with one big solid coat, because that's when you start getting into trouble with bleeding underneath the stencil. Let's see. All right, I might, I'll leave my little blob of black paint there. I might go over that again after our live, but that's enough for today to show you exactly how we can use the Stencil of the Month Club for October. So again, remember there's 3 different designs for the Stencil of the Month Club each month. 3 sets of stencils for Stencil of the Month Club. Look at that, cute. So because it doesn't look solid, so I'm going to go over that with one more coat, but make sure you have a peek in the Stencil of the Month Club Facebook group if you are in the Stencil of the Month Club, because you'll get, I always post our designs there. I'll also post it on my I Restore Stuff page. Don't forget, to follow me at I Restore Stuff on all of the places that you do social media. I'm probably there too. Facebook, Instagram, all of the rest. And we are going to get some winners up anytime soon. Don't forget, if you're not in the club, let your friends know. Only a couple of hours left. Now that I've finished my live, there's only a couple of hours left to join. Use my code I Restore Stuff and get savings on the basic and the premium plan. We've done these two projects today. The angels were the add-on. So there are 5 angels altogether on that add-on, all different types of angels. There's little stars. Makes a great background. You could make it as subtle or as prominent as you like. And then, of course, we have the Oh Holy Night with the manger down the bottom. I really like that one, and I like the gold star up there. You know what? It's true. I could add some of the tiny weeny stars. I might even do that. You know, from the angel, some of these stars here on this one, could use them in the background up here. Maybe put a little sprinkle of stars up there. So let me see if I can see our winners today. Essential Stencil says, we recommend swirling them around a bit when you first get them to pull out the loose bristles. Yeah, good point. So when you first get your Essential Stencil brushes, if they're brand new out of the packet, I usually do this in the palm of my hand, swirl them around. You can give them a wash if you like. Just kind of go like this and make sure if there's any loose bristles, that usually will get them out. Also, you could try a little bit of dish soap, or if you do have brush soap, swirling them around in your hand like that with the soap. But do make sure they're completely dry before you start your stenciling project, or the water will mix with the paint, it'll get runny, and it'll all, come underneath the stencil, which is not great. So you want completely dry brushes when you start your stenciling project. So if you are going to use your brushes for the very first time and you do wash them first, make sure they're completely dry. Just have patience. Wait till they're dry. All right, I'm looking for our prize winners. Does anyone see the winners today? Has anyone seen our winners? I'm looking, but I don't see them. Maybe I'm not looking in the right place, because sometimes Facebook does that. Hi Mary, how are you? Thank you. Hi Annetta. And if you are on my I Restore Stuff page, thank you so much for watching there too, and for sharing the love. Gianna says, love the brushes. Bristles don't fall out and it is perfect. Yeah, they're great. I have had very few bristles loose, and that happens with any brushes. Hi Kimberly. I'm so thankful for the ES ambassadors. You've learned so much. That is great. Brandy, we're still live, but yes, thank you for commenting the word replay. If you comment that after we've finished. Oh, Dominica's saying hello to Olive. She's asleep over on the couch with my daughter right now. So she's doing very great. She's doing great. We are just looking for our winners. Does anyone see the winners? I can see one pinned comment to let you know. So just letting you know, Essential Stencilers, that if you want to join the Stencil Club, the link is right there in the pinned comment. But let me know if you do see winners, because I don't see them. Usually people will say, congratulations winners, if they do see them. There they are. I see them now. Let me see. We've got, I've just got to scroll back, Ruth, Deborah and Dominica. There you go, Ruth, Deborah and Dominica, you're our winners today. So congratulations. You have won something from Essential Stencil, so you do need to let them know via that email where they've tagged you in that comment. There's support@essentialstencil.com, and let them know you were a winner on Sharon's live today. Sharon from I Restore Stuff on Wednesday night. So see you next Wednesday night, 7 p.m, same time, same channel. I wonder what we'll be crafting with next week. I want to use these. I can't wait to use them. So I'm going to find something, I think, to do these transfers with. What do you think next week? Winter Wonderland, Silky Chickens. I'm going to find something. So I'll see you next time. You can get those using my code I Restore Stuff at essentialstencil.com, or join the club using the same code. See you next week, guys. Bye.